Bang bang! What's going, guys? You're tuned into another episode of the main event on Talkin Hands. So, as I'm your host, Preston, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. We're to break down this Saturday's huge rematch, huge championship fight, heavyweight championship fight between Anthony Joshua taking on Oleksandr Usyk. Before we get into that fight, going to recap last week's fights. We had Teofimo Lopez getting the job done just a little later than what we wanted as he takes out Pedro Campa in round 7 on ESPN. Danny, thoughts on Teofimo's performance? Where does he go from here? And overall thoughts on the bout?
I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. We were so close, we had the 4-6. Even though I couldn't get that because it was a 10 rounder, so I took rounds 5-6. And I sprinkled a couple other ones, but for the official pick, it didn't cash. He was playing with his food, man. He started like showboating and dancing and things like that.
I did like the one. I don't know if it was. Is he around 6 or 7? He was doing way over the top.
Yeah,
way over the top. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually at Philly. I went to a casino. I was watching it at the casino. I was on the Discord with the boys, and we were all saying the same time, like, what the hell you playing with your food? Me, Nikki, Connor, and Tone. But he did all right. I mean, I wasn't impressed, but like it was one of those lose-lose situations. Like I was telling you, like everybody expects you to go in there and knock this guy out, and like if you look a bit off, it's gonna look way more off than anything else. He didn't look that bad. His counters look good. I give him that. Like he was getting pressured the whole fight because that's what he does with Campa. But his counters look good. His power looks good at 140. He looked in good shape. I still can't stand his dad. He's doing the same shit. He doesn't give him good advice. He's always saying the same thing, like, just go for the knockout. Go for the knockout. That's all he does. He doesn't give him any criticism or, like, hey, use your jab more, move a little bit more laterally. Because he did get hit a lot. And I know Campa was, like, pressuring him the whole fight. But he was, like, with his hands down doing this and that. But he was getting caught. You do that against another guy at 140 that has some power, more power, and is more skilled and smart with IQ, he's going to get knocked the fuck out if you don't clean that up.
Yeah, I know after the fact he called out Josh Taylor. He was avoiding someone. Or, no, they brought him in the ring. Arnold Barboza, I believe it was.
Oh,
I
yeah,
I wouldn't say he's avoiding Arnold Barboza, but he for sure... I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan, and I haven't really been a fan of Teofimo pretty much ever. I mean, he looked good. He did get the knockout, but when he was like doing like this and like humped the air, I'm like, I'm done with this guy. Like, knock the guy out or do something. Like it was just so stupid. Before I get into more of the breakdown, shout out the chat real quick. Nikki, Big Show, Sharpies in the building, Raw Torque. I saw Distingum, Scorp was in the building talking about Xander Zayas.
Yes, my boy,
Zayas did get the knockout. Round 5, I think.
He looked great. Yeah, I had 7 and 8 at plus like 650. I took a little sprinkle on that. I thought he would get late.
Yeah, he looked good. He needed and we talked about it, which was kind of irritating. Like the knockout props for like pretty much both fights was you could just parlay it. Like Teofimo could have got that guy out of there. Maybe not round 1 or 2, but like round 3 and up, he kind of had him. He rocked him a few times, and I was a little worried. I had Campa was a hard-headed fighter, literally. Like he had a hard head. Like he would not go down. And they stopped the fight. I mean, he was getting hit a bit, but they stopped the fight when he was kind of just running away, and Teofimo was like not really hitting him cleanly. So, but there was no really protest from his corner, so they knew what was up to with that.
What do you think? Was it
early stoppage? Yeah.
I think it was slightly too. Yeah, me, Nick, and the guys in the Discord were saying the same thing. It was a little bit, even though they go by accumulation, like he was getting cracked for those, especially the 2 rounds before. But like you could have let him at least get down on one knee or something.
Yeah, it definitely seemed as if it was. I'm not saying like rigged or fixed, but it definitely seemed like, hey, let's get this guy out of here. Okay, he's done. So to let the fans know. But yeah, Teofimo got the job done, did what he needed to do, and we can move on to a bigger and much better fight. We have the rematch: Anthony Joshua taking on Oleksandr Usyk, Saudi Arabia. Huge bout. Danny, thoughts? I I'm probably gonna stick with who I had for the first fight, but maybe I could sway my opinion just because Usyk does look like he's bulking up a little more than I'd like him to be. But Danny, thoughts on this bout?
Yeah, man, I can't wait. We got the rematch with Usyk versus Joshua. For the first fight, I took Joshua, man. I thought he would get the knockout later on. Came up from cruiserweight, being undisputed champion there. But the guy convinced me, man. He got the job done. He looked good. His footwork. I thought his footwork was gonna give Joshua trouble, but eventually Joshua will adjust. But that was not the case, man. And one thing too that I made a mistake because Joshua, I completely forgot to look into this. Usyk is a southpaw, and Joshua even admitted like now this past week, like he basically hates fighting southpaws. He's like, if Usyk wasn't a southpaw, I would have killed him. But I'm sorry, Joshua, he is a southpaw, man.
Right.
I'm switching, man. I like Usyk in this one, man. I think Usyk is a bad matchup for Joshua, and I always try to go with the fighter or boxer that has more ways to win. And in my opinion, is Usyk. He's the better boxer. Joshua's not gonna outbox this guy. The only way Joshua wins is if he knocks him out early, the first half of the fight, in my opinion, and he even admitted that too. He's got to go in for the knockout. I think it's gonna be one of those situations, like game plan wise, you're gonna go in there aggressive. It could, lead to a knockout, or it could be your kryptonite because I think Usyk's gonna take over this fight midway and actually take out Joshua late. So I'm looking at around 7-12. I already looked it up. It was like plus 325, plus 350. I'm a sprinkle rounds 10 and 12. I think it was at plus 900. Just a little sprinkle too, because they both took their best shots in the last fight, and Usyk actually. This is why I noticed Usyk got caught after Usyk caught Joshua. When Joshua got caught by Usyk, he like showed up a little bit. He started calming down. When Joshua caught Usyk, it was like nothing fazed him. He still, was doing his thing, his game plan, moving around, setting up the left hand counter, which he caught Joshua multiple times with. And I think he actually bulked up for this one, man. And we're talking about War Usyk too, from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
He was helping his people out. I think he's got a different mentality here. He's been saying like, I'm gonna take this guy out. He's talking about taking me out. I'm gonna take him out and make a statement here. I think he gets it done, man. I think, look, like if you look at Joshua, oh my God, his muscles are crazy, whatever. That's the downfall I see, because he's gonna gas that those muscles needs oxygen, and later on in the fight it's gonna be trouble. And Usyk's gonna pick up. This guy could fight for 15 rounds. Usyk's got great cardio, and I think he's gonna take him out later on in the fight.
Yeah, Usyk's a great fighter. Yeah, so I did have Usyk in the first bout. I'm a little worried in the rematch with the bulking up that he's not going to throw as much as I would like him to. Because I think he is the best boxer in the division. That's including Tyson Fury. Just the way he can move, his angles, his straight left, everything he does is very well done. Shout to Cherokee Connor, Stigman Score, Andrew saying this fight can only go of two ways. Joshua KO, he's only got a puncher's chance, or goes out on a sword and Usyk retires him. I think even if Joshua gets knocked out, I don't think he will retire. Still very young in the game. Still a very good fighter. And I like seeing him score up there. Joshua's built like Frank Bruno. Frank Bruno is a throwback, a Mike Tyson victim back in the 90s. Great callback there. But yeah, it's a very good fight. Current odds right now, mybookie.ag, promo code PUBSPORTS, get that deposit bonus, 50% debit credit, 100% on Bitcoin, up to $1,000. Current odds are kind of wacky here. Minus 210 Usyk, plus 150 Joshua. Round prop is over 10.5 rounds, minus 150. Under 10.5, plus 110. So definitely leaning towards an Usyk by decision, like the first bout. And the line is completely flipped. So the first bout, Joshua was a minus 200. Now Usyk's a minus 200. Man, I want to keep with Usyk, and I do think Usyk's going to win again. I just worry about the bulking up, that he's going to be more keen on trying to take him out. Because Joshua did hit him with good counters, too. It was a pretty Usyk won the bout, but it was fairly close. Usyk just was more in and out, hitting him with cleaner shots, winning round after round, picking up round after round.
I actually thought he won. There was one judge that gave Usyk, he won by 2 rounds. I totally disagree. I thought he won more clear, in my opinion.
Oh, I thought he won probably 8 rounds, 9 rounds.
Yeah, I bet Joshua. So it's like, but I don't know, Preston. What do you think? Because like, that doesn't worry me. It's not like he's a muscle, huge muscle guy anymore. He just bulked up a little bit, but I think he could afford to do that because the guy could box all day. Like his cardio is fine. It's not like he has any issues.
No, I mean, it's not like a huge worry. And what's going on, Brian? Brian's thinking a Usyk KO as well. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a worry. I just think Usyk, his biggest benefit is the angles, cutting the cage, getting out, in them with hooks, straight lefts down the pipe, not getting into like a firefight. Like I worry, is he bulking up to be like, all right, let's go chin to chin, mano a mano. He doesn't want to box. Yeah. But man, I do like what you said there. So plus 300, plus 325 for 7 to 12. That is a good hedge spot. Because, yeah, I do think one or both the guys will get dropped this fight. I think they're going to let it more out there. And, man.
Yeah, man, I just see I can just see. That's how I think this fight is really going to go, bro. And that weight doesn't bother me at all because – like I said, I think he could afford to add some pounds and muscle. He's still going to be the faster fighter here, and his footwork ain't going nowhere. Compare Joshua's flat-footed ass. Like, he ain't doing
Yeah, and Joshua, the only, he was very kind of like, not comparing both of them really, but he was given, like, Deontay Wilder, like, cans for a while, coming up, where just pin him against the corner, hit him with that straight, and night.
And that southpaw, man, it gives him issues. He was only fought. This is the second guy he fought. Southpaw. He beat the first guy that won the belt. I forget his name, Martin. But that guy is nothing compared to Usyk. Like not even close, in my opinion. And that was way earlier in his career.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're seeing. So I see on. Online plus 330 for Usyk 7 to 12 right now. So I'd like that look quite a bit because I think Joshua's going to have to make the adjustments obviously because Usyk already won the first bout, and for Joshua to make the adjustments.
Preston, that's my thing. I was listening to like people on the Joshua side on Twitter and stuff, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna make the adjustments, blah blah blah, whatever. What adjustments does he have? He's not gonna outbox. He's not gonna outbox Usyk. He's not. The only thing he could do is knock him out, which is not an adjustment because that's what he tried to do the first fight. He can't do nothing else, in my opinion. It's just go for the knockout. That's it.
Yeah, no, William, we're talking about Anthony Joshua, Oleksandr Usyk. That's the
Let's
fight
go. Big show. 20 likes. Shout out to the chat.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, you can. I haven't seen a ton of people making the argument, but obviously Joshua got knocked out by Andy Ruiz, came back in the rematch, dominated the rematch, basically behind a jab for 12 rounds. And Ruiz let himself go, became a fat slob, comes into the rematch, doesn't care, gets outboxed for 12 rounds. Night, you're done.
I will say this, though. It's good and bad because Joshua did change trainers. He's with Robert Garcia now, which is good, but at the same time, it makes me like, dude, Usyk's in your head. Like, you're looking around like, shit, I got to change some stuff around. His trainer, before I forget his name, he's been with him forever. So you're switching, to Robert Garcia, trying to switch things around, which could be a good thing, but I feel like it's desperation trying to find a new way to beat Usyk, which you can't do that. Like I said, he's only fought 2 southpaws. You gotta fight basically when you fight a southpaw and you're orthodox. You gotta do everything like the opposite way. You can't just learn that throughout one camp. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have a lot of experience through your career. And I don't know. I just don't see it.
No, I think the only thing Joshua can do, but I think that's also why Usyk's bulking up, is Joshua's going to try to use his weight, pin him against the ring, just hug him out, rabbit punch him, get off the break, body punches. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I think I like that a lot. I like Usyk 7-12 actually. The more I'm thinking about it, because
Yes, sir.
eventually I think Joshua's going to gas out. Usyk's going to dig to the body, dig to the head, and get him out of there. I like that quite a bit, especially that plus money. You turn that minus into a plus. So
Yeah, and did you see going to the odds? Rounds 1 to 6 for Usyk is like plus 900. The bookies are saying that too. They're like, oh, if Usyk is a KO, it's in the second half, plus 900 to 325, 350, and that's another.
Yeah, I mean, Ruiz got him out of there, but they were like, Joshua, said, fuck my game plan. We're just going head to head. And Ruiz just kept clipping him.
And I don't want to say this the wrong way, but like Joshua, let's be honest, like he gets a lot of KOs. I give him that. He's got power. But he's soft to me. He doesn't have that nastiness. I think to beat Usyk, you got to go in there like have cardio for days and have a nice inside game and just go at him like Mexican style. You know what I mean? And that's not Joshua at all, in my opinion. Like he doesn't have that. I don't know. That's
no.
we'll
yeah,
see.
I mean it's a tough fight for him. Man. It's a very tough fight for him. And like as I said, I think Usyk could beat Tyson Fury. Is just such a mountain of a man, and he's retired. But I do think Usyk has like the skills, and whenever, as we discussed quite a bit, I will always take the better boxer in a boxing match. So yeah, Usyk, I think Usyk gets it done. Chadwick Schniz on the chat, Andrew G, he's with us, Raw Torque's with us, 7-12's the play. Sting score, fight goes past 3rd round. Joshua will need Panama Lewis in his corner doing his dirty tricks. Yeah, gotta give him that dirty water. Get him that dirty water to pump him up here. And Keith Gordon agrees with us. Usyk seems more gritty, 100 for sure. And that could be kind of what you said, like the war in Ukraine. He's out there. Lomachenko was out there.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
If Joshua was from Ukraine, he ain't going to war. Joshua ain't going to war.
No, Joshua's going to do a cameo with a Drake. He'll be in a Drake music video. Yeah.
Motherfuckers will be taking pictures of his muscles and shit, just like modeling.
Yeah.
It's just a different type of guy, man. I gotta go with Usyk in this one. And minus 200 too. Honestly, I think it's parlayable in my eyes. That's a good line.
Yeah, because I don't think Usyk's going to give up many rounds. I think there could be some close rounds early on. Then he's going to start to pull away and just outbox him left and right. And I just worry that Joshua won't engage enough if he's down, and he'll try to make it to the decision. And I don't think Usyk will put the pressure on him if he knows he's winning.
That's what I was thinking too. But he's not that type of guy. I haven't really seen it. Who was the other guy not that long ago that does that? I forget. But Usyk's not gonna dance around for the last 3 rounds completely. You know what I mean? He's not that type of dude. But at the same time, he's not reckless either. So
yeah, I like Amir. I'll probably side with you. Usyk 7-12, and perfect timing as PUBSPORTS Radio drops in the chat and Nick drops in the chat. Tune in, guys, right after we're done here. Contender Series will be going live 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Another huge night of fights. Cash in with the boys. Watch that live stream. If you're tuning into this and buy me a coffee. Talk about a lot. Going to keep preaching it. Buymeacoffee.com. Consider donating. It's $5 per coffee / beer. Any and all donations go to the trip. The trip's going to be to Atlantic City. No, not sure the dates, but help us out there. Buymeacoffee.com / PUBSPORTS Radio. All that being said, we'll go to our picks. I think we've disagreed maybe twice the whole time we've done the show, and I don't think there's going to be a disagreement here. Danny, go ahead. Your final thoughts and pick.
I got Usyk in this one. I like the round 7 to 12. I think it's around plus 350. I'm also sprinkle around 10 to 12. I think it's like plus 900. Probably a plus 1,000. It's a little sprinkle because the over under they got at 10.5. And I could see like a late stoppage too. And at that number, that's just a little sprinkle. I think I'll double dip and take that for sure. So 7 to 12 plus 350. Usyk by KO.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. You can take. I'm looking right now. So Usyk 7 to 12 plus 350. Usyk decisions plus 175. So you could theoretically take both those, and as long as one of those hits, you're good. But I'll go with you. I'll grab the bigger plus money. I'll say Usyk gets him out of there probably around 10. I think Joshua eventually wilts under the pressure. Usyk goes to the body, drops him. Joshua says no mas. And maybe we can
no Spanish.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe we'll eventually get that big Usyk Fury fight if Fury ever decides to come back into the ring, since he doesn't want to fight anymore apparently either.
Yep, we'll see.
But yeah, so Alex Rodriguez agrees plus 7 to 12. Nikki drops the link. Schnitzel says we be pubbing. Connors can't wait for people to hop into Vegas. And we can't wait for you guys to tune in next week. We'll be back here next week. At same time, same place, 7:30 Eastern, Pub Sports Radio, the main event on Talkin Hands. I'm Preston. That's Danny. Tune into the Contender Series, 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys. Peace out.